Hello everybody and welcome to Parks Bros. It is Drew here, and I apologize if you can hear the rain. It is literally pounding so hard. It is bouncing off the roof so loudly that you can hear it anywhere in the house. But some interesting news has been coming out from the East Coast, and this involves the American Dream Mall at the Meadowlands in New Jersey. So if you didn't know, there will be 4 coasters coming to this new Nickelodeon Universe theme park, and some of the names, as well as some of the layouts and some concept pictures, have come out involving these. So the first one I'll go over is Sandy's Blastin Bronco. I'm guessing this is about Sandy Cheeks, considering that's the only Sandy I can think of in the Nickelodeon universe. From SpongeBob SquarePants. I don't care for the name, to be honest, but this, I think, is an Intamin launch coaster, so it looks quite promising. The trains are quite interesting. They're kind of like rockets, just like, Sandy being in an astronaut or a spacesuit at all times really adds to that. So the theming actually looks quite decent. But I don't know too much about this ride in total, besides it will have inversions and a launch or two. So this is the ride I actually probably know least about, but the name I don't really care for. I feel like it's just kind of bad, to be honest. But besides that, we have had the 2 major rides names announced, and this is the longest spinning coaster in America, I believe, as well as the Takabisha clone that will be arriving with it. And of course, Takabisha is the steepest coaster in the world, but when this ride debuts, it will become the steepest coaster in the world by, I think, 0.5 degrees. So that's pretty exciting news. But the first one we'll go over is the spinning coaster, and is going to be called the Shredder, after the famous Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles famous villain. And I really like the design of the trains, to be honest. I love that they actually have like the Shredder's arm blades on the back ends of the seats. I think that's a cool touch for sure. But it is cool to see that they will have a villain and hero dynamic between these 2 rides, which is really cool to see. And speaking of the hero ride, this will be called Tmnt Shellraiser. And here is a look at the trains, which have some lovely graffiti work all over them. I really like the look of those trains. And yes, they will have over-the-shoulder restraints, just like Takabisha in Japan, because supposedly they can't fit the lap bar mechanism in the same spot as the launch mechanism, because this coaster will have a launch just like Takabisha, but it will have over-the-shoulder restraints. But I do have a weird thought about the fact that the spinning coaster is going to be called Shredder, and the Takabisha clone is going to be called Shellraiser after the turtles. I don't get why. I think it would make more sense to make the more scary, steepest coaster in the world called something scarier like the Shredder. It's the big bad villain of the park. You have to be super brave to take it on. And then wouldn't it make sense for a ride themed to the turtles, including their shells, be a spinning coaster? I feel like that would add more to the theming element. And you could even argue that while you're riding on their shell, you are fighting Shredder as you're spinning around in the layout, because these 2 coasters will intertwine. I just feel it would have made more sense for the spinning coaster to be themed after the turtles, and the Takabisha clone to be themed after Shredder. Shredder is one of the biggest baddies out there, so I just feel like that would have been the best fit, honestly. I still don't know their reasoning behind it, but regardless, I'm very excited to see that they finally have themed everything up and given out the names for these attractions coming sometime in this year. But there's one more ride that I forgot to mention, and that is going to be called the Slime Streak. This is going to be a Chance Rides family coaster, and it looks like it's only going to have a speed of 37 miles per hour, so it's not going to be the most intense ride or anything like that. It is definitely the smallest ride in the park, coaster-wise at least, so at least that I know of. But I'm very interested to see your guys' thoughts on these names and themes for these coasters. They're quite interesting, to say the least, at least in my mind. But make sure to let me know what you think, and let me know if I missed out on anything, because I am really not the best educated on this park as of yet, besides the 2 main attractions. So if you have any details that I did not mention, make sure to put them down in the comments. I'm really interested to see what else this park can bring. But thank you for watching, and of course, as always, we'll see you on the next ride.